Show continues. We're live from the Loft 100 studios in sunny Southern California. Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, we appreciate you being along for the ride. We always appreciate the Day Trader Trio, DTT, being along for the ride, best in the business. No less than self-taught. Look at that. Back here at the bar, Costa, Merriman, Godwin, and Sully.
There we go. My good friend who wrote the books, I should say. What's
his latest is Be Amazing, or Go Home.
Chief Amazement Officer. And keynote speaker, and the founder of Shepard Presentations, Shep Hyken. Buddy, how are you, sir? Good to see you.
I'm doing great, man. Great to be back on the show. I missed you when you were here in St. Louis.
You know, it's so funny. For some reason, I did not know you were in St. Louis. I would have called you and told you. But yes, the band played in St. Louis about a couple months ago.
Yep.
A month ago. And all of a sudden, I get this text message from Shep. First of all, dressing me down because I'm an idiot by not telling him. But number two, one of his good friends is a really, really popular and talented photographer.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, some of the best. I mean, look, we've got Robert Beck, who is the guy who took the picture of Brandi Chastain when she was in the women's gold and she
disrobed,
disrobed in front. He's Sports Illustrated photographer, People Magazine photographer. But I will tell you, this guy, I forget his name, Shep. You can give him a shout out.
Ryan Casey.
Is it Brian Casey? Is that what you said?
Ryan
Casey.
Ryan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable shots of us on stage. But I appreciate you doing that. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
He did it, and he's the one that told me. And then, you know what? Ironically, the pageant, which is where you perform, is literally 5 minutes from where I live.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
so I'm not saying it's walking distance, but it's 5 minutes by car. I would have been there. I would have brought all my friends. And then after you were finished, we would have left because we didn't care about the other band.
Hey, talk to us about CC. By the way, do you two know what CCS is?
Customer confidence
score.
Yeah.
I've never heard about this until Shep brought it up. But wow, finally a trackable metric, as you put it. Talk about what that is.
Yeah, so I came up with this idea, and it all started when a client called me and said, I've got a real problem with my customer service and experience, my Net Promoter Score, NPS, which is on a scale of 0 to 10, the likelihood that you'd recommend us, that was going down. And I said, well, what do you think's causing it? He says, we're nicer than ever. We're doing all the training. Well, it turns out that the product that they sell, when they ship it, most of the orders are incomplete because of a supply chain issue. Ooh. It actually goes back several years, even into COVID. And I said, well, your problem isn't customer service, it's trust. They don't trust you're gonna send the order to them complete, so they're going elsewhere to places that can. And that's when I realized everything I've been reading about trust, it's not just about do we do what we say we're going to do, although that's a huge part of it. It's the overarching feeling, do I trust and have confidence in this company to get me what I need so that I can do what I do? If I'm a consumer, are they giving me products that I love and taking care of me? If I'm a manufacturer, are my suppliers giving me what I need to get the job done for my customers? So I came up with a similar metric to customer satisfaction and NPS, and basically a simple question on a scale of 0 to 10, how much do you trust us to do what's right for you as our customer? It's that simple.
Shep, do you think that people are willing to pay more for companies that they trust? I know my answer is yes, but overall,
I think look at Nordstrom when they were, I don't know if they are now.
They're not now.
But they were. Yeah. That was their hallmark, right?
Yes.
Or In-N-Out, right?
Still the gold standard.
Still the gold standard.
You know, as far as customer, I mean, this is the three off the top of my head.
Mine was a plumber. Like, it was a little bit more, but I knew I was going to trust the work, and I knew I was going to trust maintenance, and that they were going to do a good job and be timely and do it right. So I was willing to pay a little bit more.
I was too. Is that still the case, Shep?
Yeah, I mean, in my annual customer service and experience research, 59% of customers are willing to pay more for the service or the experience that they want. Trust is a driver of that experience. First, the product has to do what it's supposed to do. We gave people, when we did the survey, a list of a number of things that they could choose from. What's most important to you? You know, and tell us if it's very important, a little bit important, okay, not so important, or really bad, whatever it is. There's this rating. And product quality, meaning the product does what it's supposed to do, because you can trust the plumber's going to show up. You can trust they're going to be timely and friendly, and you're going to like them and trust the consistent experience there. But if they're a lousy plumber, you're going somewhere else. So the product quality or service quality has to be there. And then right next to it, like within fractions of a percentage, was trust. And then underneath that was customer service and experience. And of course, price. Everybody's sensitive in tough economic times, but overarching sentiment with customers is this: if you give me a great experience, why would I take a chance on doing business with someone else, even if it's a little bit more expensive? You have to be competitive. It doesn't make price completely irrelevant. It just makes it less relevant.
You know, it's the piece of this that is that's interesting is you bring up trust. I never thought about trust before. I just thought about work ethic before, and you know, and you start thinking in terms of the fact that we talked about before, the disconnect between the CEO and what's happening, let's say at the valet, or the CEO and what's happening with the greeter at Walmart, or the CEO and what's happening with the hostess stand, or whatever they call that now, in the greeter stand at a restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I think that disconnection, and I think, you know, the interesting part of this is that I think that trust piece kind of dictates how strong that scoring system is, don't you think?
Yeah, and by the way, when it comes to the score, 10 is the only acceptable answer, although the experts who I consult with when I created this said 9 is also pretty acceptable, because some people just don't like giving people perfect scores. But if it is a 9, why not a 10? You should ask, but anything less than that, you're in trouble.
Hey, Shep, you know, in this day and age of the game changer, aka AI, you know, we went from talking to the representative at MasterCharge.
Oh my God.
on the phone, and Bank Americard on the phone,
yep,
to all of a sudden getting a call center in another country that would handle our requests, to suddenly getting a tree that you could barely, and you remember this 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, try to get through.
Representative,
right?
Agent.
And just as they sort of got, I will tell you, a lot of it, like IRS has got it figured out as far as their phone tree goes and stuff. I mean, we got good at that, but now we have AI. Is that going to disconnect us one step further again in terms of, because sometimes you just got to make a phone call and ask, and sometimes it's not allowed.
So a couple of things. I mean, you're out there in California. You're like the first state to do this. California has legislation now. I believe it's going to be enacted, if it hasn't already been so, this year. And that is that you have to offer the consumer the option of getting out of the automated or digital experience into meeting with a live human. And it's law. And I just reached out and talked with a gentleman who's the VP. I'd love to tell you his name. I'm just going to tell you it is a tough name to pronounce. He's from another country, but what a great guy. He said that what's going to happen is that the new laws and the way AI is being used is going to require companies to expand on their human-to-human support, and in addition to that, probably pay them more, because they're going to need to be smarter, sharper, and you're going to need to get good people in there to handle what AI can't handle.
I think if we have a score like a credit score that would actually stick, like Brightscope does to mutual funds, like TRS used to do for your credit score, now it's Equifax and the other three.
Yep.
I think if businesses actually sat on this, that'd be fantastic. Shep, thanks so much. Here's some of the photographs that Shep's pal took for us when we were in St. Louis. It's fantastic. Put them on the big screen.
Yeah, look at
Shep
that.
Hyken, Chief Amazement Officer, Shepard Presentations. Whoa!
Yeah, this unsolicited, this guy's so good.
Dude, you can't put a price tag.
Big
Those are
show.
awesome.
That's Dickie Barrett from the Mighty Mighty Bosstones next to me.
All right, keep it right here. Much more to come with the Big Biz Show. Do not go anywhere.